There's a star on XFM 104.9, 1:05. That means it must be well in. 5 minutes in to the Ricky Gervais show.
With Steve Merchant.
Yeah, he's here as well.
Yep.
Well, we've got some great tunes lined up, haven't
Have we?
We've got Eminem,
Have
we've got Coldplay, Oasis, we've got
Brilliant.
De La Soul, Chemical Brothers, Dr. Dre, Garbage, R.E.M., The Manics, we got
Sure.
Muse, we got Feeder, we got some classic
I mean, you've said all those
Radiohead.
names, Rick, but the chances of us actually playing all of those are quite slim.
We might not get to them if we talk too much.
And obviously, we'll drop a couple of those to play our own tracks as well.
Yeah. Well, they are our own tracks.
Yeah.
You know. Well,
I'm not gonna get into that now.
right. Here's Eminem. Eminem, the real Slim Shady. Now, even though that sort of record is you know, relatively recent, and
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's quite hardcore. It's going on about, you know, subject matter that is adult, really.
Certainly.
And it's quite aggressive and it's cool and everything. But he still managed to make it sound like a novelty record.
It is, yeah.
So, I mean, it's like a little I know that's the intention, and that's good. But
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's nice that he's got a nice little tune. It could be like a little cartoon figure. Here comes Flumpy McMump.
yeah. But the irony is, isn't there like a video you can get now, which is a cartoon Slim Shady, The Adventures of Slim Shady?
Really?
Because I know there was The Adventures of MC Hammer, the cartoon animated series, which sadly I never got to see. And New Kids on the Block, I think.
The cartoon went a bit mad and started, you know, spending a lot.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
money, and it was,
You know, MC Hammer now apparently he tours on the kind of religious music scene.
Does he?
Yeah, he's gone sort
Well,
of.
he was always, wasn't he always a preacher or something, or started in gospel or something?
Was he?
Yeah, I think so. Because he used to, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I just assumed he's from off the streets.
He used to keep a lot of Bibles in his big trousers.
Yeah.
So he could go around giving it to poor people.
Yeah.
Well, apart from the great music we've got lined up, Steve, we've got obviously our regular features.
Sure.
We've got my classic film review.
Always looking forward to
That's
that.
already getting a little bit of, you know, attention.
From who?
Wow, just various people.
Go on, name some.
Well, can't name them by name or just.
Yeah.
Oh God, what's that one? Oh, Scorsese.
Right.
You wanted me to talk about
Yeah.
one of those films?
Okay, good.
Yeah.
You going to talk about one of his today?
Yeah. No.
What we've got lined up?
Spielberg.
Right.
He's going to do a Spielberg film.
Okay.
We've got That Film Sounds Good.
Yeah.
Now that's not my film review. That's where I take a track off a soundtrack of a classic film.
Yes.
And it's a great track, and I go, oh, that film sounds good.
Brilliant.
So.
Yeah.
Because it sounds
Yeah.
good. Do you see what I mean?
But please don't be confused and think that that's the film review. I hate people to think that.
No.
That's
because-
what I wouldn't want. to
Yeah.
happen.
We've got Song for the Lovers. We've got Song for the Ladies.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing a hip hop track.
It's called the hip hop track.
It's called, Steve says, hip hop hooray.
Hip hop parade.
That's not bad, is it?
Oh, it's just brilliant.
come
Well,
on.
if there's anyone listening, like, you know, Saatchi and Saatchi or McCann Erickson or, you know, those people that do advertising, then we are the people.
We're the people, man.
We can market.
We'll market anything. Maybe you're a two-bit band. You want to email in or something, you know, and just
Yeah.
say, how can we publicise our music?
Yeah.
We'll
Well, I
find
mean,
a
if
way.
we were marketing, say, a band, we wouldn't say this is a two-bit band. That'd be wrong.
Was that the
We'd
first
say this is a
mistake?
yeah. We'd say this is a brilliant band. They're going
They're going
from
places.
the excellent. I like it when it's always the same reviews. It's sort of like
Mark Goodyear,
they go
inevitably.
the excellent single by Coldplay, Yellow. He goes, oh, Yellow, that's Yellow by
Exactly,
Coldplay.
yeah.
Why do they do the bit that says Yellow? We
Yeah.
said it just to
Yeah.
show it. I want to see something else in the song, maybe the middle eight.
Yeah, it would always be the brand new excellent album from Travis, featuring the hit single "Sing, Sing, Sing, Sing." That's the brand new
Sing.
album from Travis. It features 12 other new tracks and Sing, Sing, Sing. Brilliant. Well done.
Actually,
Cheers.
I'd buy it.
No, I would. Based on that.
That's all the features we've got, isn't it?
That's all the stuff we lined up. We were probably gonna, I don't know, probably rabbit on about other stuff.
Yeah.
Carl, unless I'm very much mistaken, we've got something to give away. Is that right? The K-man's with us, of course, pressing the button.
Yeah.
KP.
You all right, mate?
Okay, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pilkington.
We have-
Hold on, so I'll just say there's nothing funny about that name. Just straight,
It's
no, straight
nothing.
away, seriously.
Let's just clear that up straight away.
You know,
the idea that people are laughing.
So in school, they'd go through the register, Anderson, they'd go through well, Camfield, Sturgis. Well, no, it wouldn't go to Sturgis yet, would it?
Oh, she wouldn't be there, would she?
Well, no, P's before S, isn't it?
No, she just wouldn't be at school.
She'd be out
Too
taking-
busy in rehab.
Pilkington. Okay, settle down. There's nothing funny about Pilkington.
What's up with it?
It's Pilkington.
Yeah,
Sounds a bit like Plonker.
yeah, or Pilchard.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've got tickets for
I don't think anyone's ever mocked the name before. I think we're the first ones to do it.
Oh, we're brilliant, we
I
are.
don't think people
Yeah,
up north figured that out, that it was a funny name.
Well, it probably isn't up there, is it? Because they've all got names
They're all
like,
called that, aren't
like Ramsbottom,
Yeah.
Wilkinson, Pilkington.
Piddle Trent Hyde. Oscar Piddle Trent Hyde, what are you doing? You're late.
Anyway, Gervais.
Well, all right.
No, that's an exotic name.
It's a
Don't
bit
have go at
French,
just-
it's a bit
He pays your
French.
wages. Blimey, here he comes, having a go at the star of the show.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah. Do you want to play a record and get back to it? We got tickets to give away. That's what we're saying.
Karl, what's the tickets? People want to know what the tickets are.
After this record.
Clever.
Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja. That's what I like about sort of rock and roll. It just, sings, tells a story about everyday things
Yeah.
you know about. You know.
Shinobi versus Dragon Ninja.
Yeah, the old
Was there any
experience.
reference to Shinobi or the Dragon Ninja in the song?
I wasn't listening.
I wasn't really paying attention, but I'm assuming that some of that screaming was about Shinobi and the Dragon. I don't know who won. If anyone knows who won out of the Shinobi and the Dragon Ninja.
Or maybe it's like a trilogy. Maybe they sort of get together in one. Then the second single, there's the fight,
Right,
like
sure.
the mid thing in the film. Because I don't know about film structure because I do a film review.
Yeah, sure.
And then the final one is the
The two of them pairing up against maybe a larger villain. A Godzilla type. Maybe.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I mean, who knows?
Okay, well no, they do. Lost Prophets. Unless
If you're listening.
they haven't written it yet.
Are the Lost Prophets English? Are they British? What's the deal? Who are the
Pilkington.
prophets?
Pilks.
Who's the profs?
Pilky.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah,
Yeah.
What was the answer? What was that? Are they English or American?
I'd say they're American.
Just have a guess. Why didn't you just say I don't know? Instead of trying to fool us. KP again trying to deceive us. KP, you were going to tell us, Pilky, you were going to tell us, Pilchard, you were going to tell us
What tickets are we giving away?
But it worked for me, you see, because when I was younger, I
Yeah.
had a mobile disco,
Brilliant, so did I.
and it was me and my mate Colin Makin, and the disco was called Pilky's Making Music.
That's brilliant. I mean, genuinely brilliant. Pilky's making music.
Guess what? When I first started the mobile disco, and this was when I was about 14, we didn't really go out touring. We just would do it for like people's parties and stuff. We were called the rock and roll DJs.
No, really.
We drew it
Oh,
on
God.
some sort of see-through paper and put a light behind it. Rock and roll DJs.
My first
yeah.
disco, I had 2 nights a week in this pub.
What, you ran a disco?
Yeah, this pub near King's Cross, right? And it was just their records, right? And I had to play this number of songs every time, the same time every week. So all the locals, all drunk, were dancing and everything. One of them was American Pie by Don McLean,
Right.
and they just sing along all the words,
Yeah.
sort of drunk.
And it's about 7 minutes long or something.
Yeah. The other one was Baby Jane by Rod Stewart.
Nice.
If I didn't play that, I'd get lynched. And what was the other one? There was another one that I always had to play. It was a ballad. I have to remember that. But yeah. But
So, Karl, do you think, and maybe Ricky as well, do you think you know much about DJing for, like, the sort of the wedding party or maybe
Oh,
someone's
yeah.
18th? Oh, really? Okay, let me just offer a little
Test.
hypothesis for
Go
you
on
then. All right, the buffet's been served, right?
Yeah.
People have done some speeches,
Yeah.
like it's a wedding do.
Yeah.
So you've already played some records early on, you've stopped for food,
Yeah.
you've just played some light backing music in the background while the food's been served. You want to get the party rocking again, what do you kick off with?
It depends. I've already got it down to 2 or 3 records.
Okay, I'd like to hear what they are.
Well, I've got it down to Earth, Wind and Fire.
Right.
That'd be great. If there's depending on or you want to go a bit more modern, I'd probably start off with sort of Will Smith.
Well, careful, Rick, I've got to bear in mind, it is a wedding do, so there's people from age 8 to 80. You've got to cater to
Right.
every market.
Okay.
Karl, what about you?
See, this was back in '88, so
Yeah.
Kylie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what the definitive track is?
Go on.
Oh, What a Night, Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. Ding, ding, ding. People don't realise what it is exactly straight away. Ding, ding, ding. Bow, down, 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 down. I can't actually play it. But,
the record,
oh, what a night. Late December back in 60s. That leads you straight into a 70s medley, and everyone's loving that. I'm thinking Bee Gees. There's going to probably be some kind of ABBA track, Dancing Queen, all going to storm. You're turning your noses up. I can tell you this, that we got bookings endless. People are going, you're amazing. I don't know how you do it.
I wouldn't have got up. I would have sat there.
Well, you might be, because you're one of those grouchy, you're one of those kind of moody teenagers. Oh, I'm not going to dance to this. I'll tell you, the
Yes.
old ladies would have been up. The people with a decent bit of musical taste would be up.
No, the
Ricky
first
Gervais would
person
be
to
up.
get up is a fat lady in a dress with bad ankles and a little kid who's got problems and he's in a little DJ.
See, the
And
problem
he-
with you two is you're not catering to the market. You're trying to be all sort of bohemian and kind of off, teach people about music and stuff. There's no place for Kylie, not at a mobile disco. Far too avant-garde. All right, kick it in. Grease Megamix.
Play got to play a record.
Come on, Eileen. Have you got Come on, Eileen? Play that.
What are you gonna play?
Love Shack.
Coldplay.
Excellent. Yellow.
Well, you'd never
It's
play
the
those.
excellent single by Coldplay. Wu-Tang Clan and Gravel Pit. We love that, don't we?
I love it, yeah.
Yeah,
Fantastic
brilliant.
track. We're talking about embarrassing stories and stuff, and I don't know if I've told this on the radio before. Have I told you, Karl? I'm not sure. But this was when I was working at the BBC. This is not even long ago, and I'd moved to London, and I was fairly new in London. And I was working at the BBC, and I had this BBC hire car, and I've never told it. If there's anyone listening who works for the BBC, I don't know if I can still get in trouble for it. But this BBC hire car, and it was like I'd been ferrying kind of actors and people and production people around all day in this car. And I was driving back, it was quite late, it was about sort of 7 or 8, and I was driving back, and I pulled in to get some petrol to fill up the car every day. And I went into this garage to fill up some petrol, and I was there, and two blokes blokes came in a white van, right? They sort of pulled into the forecourt, and I was filling out the car, and they went, "Hey, do you want to buy a couple of speakers?" And I said, "Yes, I do."
Yeah.
Because, tell you the reason, it was like I was so flattered that they thought I'd be the kind of bloke who would, A, need some kind of classy speakers, and B, would like to buy them on the sly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought, they like the
They've
fact
seen me. They've seen I look a bit of a hustler.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm a street sort of guy. You can see by the way I use my walk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I couldn't believe my luck. So they drove behind the garage, the little sort of garage bit at the back, and I went round there, sort of casually went round there, sort of locked the car, went round there. He went, yeah, open the back. He had these speakers in there. I said, "Are you sure these aren't knocked off, mate?" He went, no. We work for Dixon's. This is the story he spun me. We work for Dixon's, right? And we're delivery men. And if we make a delivery and the person's not there to sign for the goods, then we have to bring them back to the warehouse. But if we can sell them on the way back, then that's really good for Dixon's.
Dixon's must love that.
And instead of thinking, are you sure some kind of troubleshooter didn't... I mean, did someone go into Dixon's and go, you're not getting in the garage forecourt market?
Jones.
Exactly.
Get a couple of lads in a white van.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I sort of bought this story, and I was a little bit dubious, and I went, right, let me hear them then. And he wired them up to the car stereo, and boom, 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 they're playing. So it was some groovy hip-hop. I was thinking, great, these guys know what I'm into. Yeah. And he's giving me the talk and stuff. And I said, I'm a bit worried these are knocked off. He went, no, listen, we got a bloke at Dixon's who can confirm this is fine, right? Phone him up, use my mobile, right, and quote this reference number, right? So I phone out, they go, and it goes, yeah, I go, hi, some guys here in a garage forecourt trying to sell me some speakers. Just wanted to check. He went, it's fine. I went, should I just read the reference number or whatever? He went, if you want. And X14, and I went, yes, fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what that was, don't you? That was actually Mr. Dixon himself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm thinking, well, they sound great. They're giving me for a knockdown price. I'd say they were like 400 quid, they were like 200 quid or something. It was a good bargain. I was in the market for some speakers as well. Yeah. So while they were loading
it's
them
all kosher. I phoned Dixon's.
Exactly. I phoned Dixon's. That's fine.
Yeah.
So while they're loading them in the back of the BBC hire car, right, I'm in there paying for the petrol, right, and the guy who's serving goes, "Hey, oh, you're right." He goes, "What were you doing round the back with those blokes?" Right? Because obviously there's security cameras filming this whole transaction, right? And he goes, "What are you doing around the back?" And I went, brilliantly, "There's some old mates. Some of my mates were just having a chat and that." He went, "Oh, right, okay," like giving me obviously the evil eye. So I went back to the van. So I'm in the car now, and I'm driving with one of the blokes who's in the van with me, because I didn't have the money on me, so I had to go to the cash point to get the cash, right? So I'm driving with him, and the other guy's like following me in the van, and he was like a northerner, like you, and he was giving it all the, all right, yeah, I tell him, my girlfriend's a DJ, she's got some of these speakers, they're fantastic, da-da-da, and he's giving me this, and then my mind starts working. Now that I've got a bit of time to think, I'm thinking, wait a minute, this all sounds a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
It dawned on me, Rick.
You know, fool, are you? You're streetwise.
Exactly.
You're streetwise, Steve.
Not only that, I was thinking, how am I going to get them home? I've got to drop the car off at the BBC. How am I going to get these huge speakers back to where I live?
And how can I pay for them? Because I've just spent £100 on Find the Lady with a couple of blokes in the square. It seemed like a fair game. Some of his friends were winning.
But so I explained to him, I said, I can't get them back to like Brixton where I was living at the time. He went, don't worry, give us an extra 20 quid, we'll take them home for you.
Oh, that's good. Delivery. They do a whole service, you see. And there's also a backup guarantee. Did they have the guarantee, the 3-month guarantee?
They didn't.
No.
But so I said, I'm not sure about that. He went, well, why don't you put them in a cab, send them back, and your housemates can collect it. I was like, oh, no, there'd be no one in. And I was beginning to sort of get a bit conscious of, like, maybe this was a bit of a scam, after all. So I pulled into, like, a little side road, and I said, I'm not sure I'm into this now, actually. He went, what are you talking about? It's 200 quid for a pair of speakers. It's a bargain. You never get a bargain like this, mate. I'm going, not too sure, actually. I don't think I want them. He went, 150 quid, 150 quid, mate, 150 quid. I went, no. He said, 100 quid now to you. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, this doesn't sound like the kind of work that Dixon's would be doing.
Dixon's don't do that when I go in.
This is it.
Dixon's never negotiate in that way.
When I go there, look around and I leave, they go, where are you going?
Exactly.
I go, we'll have anything then. Have anything for a
So
quid.
I stopped the car, and the white van pulled up behind me with his mates in.
Sure.
And I said, can you get them out? I'm not interested. And he went, 100 quid, mate. Oh, and he was just going, you tosser, you obviously want some speakers. And he was having a go at me. So I was carrying the speakers out and putting them back in the white van, and he was just shouting at me. He was going, 70 quid, mate. I was like, 70 quid from 200? This is ludicrous.
You realise that wasn't Dixon's policy then?
Exactly.
They don't usually shout you tosser as you leave the shop and walk down Camden High Street. They're not usually shouting you tosser.
You should have took the offer of, like, the monthly payments they've got on at the moment.
So eventually I put them in there, and I sort of knocked the deal on the head, and I got back in my car, and they were in theirs, and I just looked in the rearview mirror, and they were punching the dashboard, like with aggression and venom, like we let that deal slip through our fingers. And I've never been so terrified in my life. I just sat there, and I was just thinking, oh my God, all I was thinking now is, what if I go back to the BBC, and they go, we've had a call from the police, the man at the garage, he saw you doing the dodgy deal.
I
in the back
love
of
it.
the car.
Well,
I was
what you
so
do is you put the hire car in a drain in your front garden, and then go in and out of the toilet, just pouring bleach down or Ajax, and then never know. Man Needs a Made Off the Harvest album. What a beautiful song that is. Beautiful strings and everything. Well, you've got a song for the ladies coming up.
Song for the ladies later on as well.
That has set, you know, the standard there.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Were you going to do a film review as well later? Have you still got that?
Well, I could do a film review now because it's quite a big.
I thought you needed to prepare, but I mean,
it's quite a big film, and I've seen it, and it is, you know, it's a great film. So I hope I can do it justice because it's a very this week.
What film is it going to be?
It's going to be Schindler's List.
Okay, and are you going to do a jingle for us?
Ricky's film review.
Okay.
This is a film by Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
And because it's in olden times, it's all black and white and that, except a coat that's red. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, it's about a bloke who's called Schindler, and because there were so many people we wanted to save, he had to make a list to get organised. And he tried to save as many as he could, and you know, he made him sort of not make the bullets properly on purpose because he, you know, and in the end, they gave him a ring. It's the same bloke who made E.T.
Okay, your review of Schindler's List.
Yeah.
And as ever, mark out of 10, please.
9. It was brilliant.
You really enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did the fact that it was 3 hours long bother you?
No.
No? Quite like
No.
that? Okay.
Watched some of it on fast forward.
Okay. Carl, have you seen Schindler's List?
No, I'm surprised they managed to get all that in 3 hours.
Amazing, isn't it? Would that encourage you to see the film?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, what would you give it a mark out of 10?
9.
You'd give it 9 as well? Okay, I'll tell you,
That red coat effect thing you're going on about. That's sold it.
You like that idea?
Yeah.
Well, that was just a mistake, apparently.
Apparently, they probably just couldn't get all the colour out of it.
As I said before, if you've got a film that you'd like to have reviewed by Ricky Gervais, then email us, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk, and I'm sure he can,
or even not just like the people, but what about the ones who make the films? Like, you know, the ones that actually make the film. What are they called? Hollywood.
Yes.
If they want me to do one for that coming out to sort of give it a little bit of a boost.
Yeah.
You saw me give away the tickets. That was selling.
Yeah.
So, you know, we can sell your product, and we make it look like it's all editorial, but really, if there's a little bit of money involved, I can probably give it a 9 out of 10 instead of 4 or something.
Rick, would you do that without having seen the film?
Yeah.
That's fine, because they wouldn't. They could just tell you what was coming up, and then
if they said this, give us a good review, and here's 20 quid.
Yeah.
If they go, there's no money in it, I'll probably give it a bad review.
Let's just
to be
try
honest.
that. Rick, can I just try that now? Because I mean, a lot of people listening won't be necessarily convinced. Lord of the Rings. Let's imagine I've paid you now to review the forthcoming film Lord of the Rings. What do you make of it?
This is a brilliant film.
Yep.
And even though it's all about wizards and that, and there's people in caves called gonads with beards, probably Robbie Coltrane's in it because he's in the other one at the moment. And it's all swords and stuff, and there's some magic. But it is actually the Lord of the Rings, not just like, you know, just one of them. He's the Lord of it, and he's excellent in it. So
right, mark out of 10.
9.
Again, very popular film for you, Carl. Less convinced by that one, maybe.
That doesn't sound as good as the other one.
Yeah. What are you going to give it? 7?
Still give it 9.
You still give it 9?
Excellent, because we split it. We split the money.
Okay.
Excellent.
Good.
This is the Eels. Sorry about that. That was a mistake. I know the shit that was, but it was too late to get it out of the CD player. It's Muse and Feeling Good. What do you think of that?
I'm not a fan of Muse, but I wasn't quite as venomous in my hatred.
Don't worry, we won't play that again.
Let's explain the situation in the studio. There's a certain frosty air now because
What?
we ended up playing Muse.
Yeah,
it was
I didn't wanna
it was a
play that
mistake.
Yeah.
But it's not that bad.
Well, no, it's not as bad as Ricky thinks it is. I admit it's not as bad as that, but I'm standing out of it because I'm not a fan of Muse. I wouldn't play Muse generally.
Well, I don't mind Muse generally, but I hate that.
What, you like Muse normally? I hate Muse.
Well, I don't hate them.
Says the man who bought the Like Funky Ones album.
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't play them on XFM.
I know, but Muse fits in. I mean, you're saying you want to play Radiohead.
So playing a
You
Nina,
sound like
doing a
Radiohead.
Nina
It's a new-
Simone. Why don't we play Radiohead then? That's what I was saying.
You're playing Radiohead, but Muse is like Radiohead. There's not a big difference.
Oh,
Anyway, we're not going to argue.
there is a big difference. Phone in if you... What's the difference between Muse and Radiohead? What's the phone number?
What do you mean, what's the difference?
Well, yeah, I'll just have a competition. Let's see if people can tell the difference between Muse and Radiohead. Give the number out.
Can't be bothered.
Nor can I.
So it's left to me to keep the thing afloat.
Yeah.
That's never good news. I went to see the White Stripes this week,
Good.
if anyone's interested. Anyone interested in that?
Go on, Steve.
White Stripes are absolutely amazing. I've heard all the hype. You know, I've not listened to the album. I went along to the gig, got a free ticket. Wasn't even £1 off. It was free, £10. I could have sold it outside the gig. I didn't. I went in, right? Couldn't take along a mate. XFM wouldn't let me. I went there on my own. You know, went in there. I have to say, I wasn't expecting much. They were amazing. They were absolutely amazing. I have to say this now. They were the best band I'd seen who I didn't know much about or whatever. Like, they were a new band. They were the best band I'd seen live since I saw a little band you might have heard of called Oasis for £5 at Coventry Poly.
Yeah?
Well, yeah.
It's a long name for a band.
And, it was amazing, and it's a brilliant band because it's just the two of them. Obviously, the girl on the drums, the guy playing the guitar. He's got a real kind of rock guitar skill. He really plays it up and down the long neck bit. I mean, I know all about the music and that, the terminology.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes he plays like kind of steel with that steel pedal thing on his not steel pedal, the finger thing, the kind of thimble thing that some guitarists wear. I believe it's called a guitar thimble. I believe is the name for it. And he plays that like old bluesman would play. He plays that sometimes.
Bluesman.
Sometimes he's got like a little electric keyboard thing, or piano, as I believe some people call it.
See, this isn't a review, this is listing the instruments.
Well, all right. There's not many to get through with. There's some drums and a guitar.
What colour microphones were they?
I'm glad you asked.
Were they SM58s?
Anyway, the point is this.
Go on.
With just those few simple instruments, they
Yeah.
had this huge sound, a big rocky sound,
Yeah.
quality, kind of bluesy punk with a little bit of an edge into it. It was amazing. I have to say, I was a huge fan. And so I thought we could play a bit of White Stripes, you know, to
We
sort of
could.
commemorate that excellent gig.
I saw a band once, right? There was a drummer, had all the drums, big one at the bottom, two of the diddle-dums once, cymbals.
Yeah.
They were all mic'd up with different microphones coming down the loudy speaks. I was at the back, it was still, wow, I can hear everything, and that. Electrical, really. And a guitar. And a bass.
Can I do a gig review every week, like you do your film review?
No, good, yeah. Well, you just did.
Well, I'm about as well informed about music as you are about films.
Anyway, tell me, how do you choose the playlist? Feeder, Just Today. Now, because we're running out of time,
Yeah.
because of that Muse shit we had to play, I think I'll say that's my feature. That PlayStation game sounds good,
Right.
because that's the main music of the PlayStation 2 game Gran Turismo.
Right.
So I could incorporate that.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I've still got to get in song for you've got to get in song for the ladies.
Yes.
At the end. Got anything else lined up?
Well, I mean, it's just that I've never seen you spiral into such despair after hearing Muse. I mean,
Well-
fair enough, is that they're not a great band.
Well,
but-
obviously we have to, there's a bit of a playlist we have to keep to, and we drop the records we don't like,
Yeah.
right, and play the ones we do, and that's fine. And if I don't care for a track, I don't mention it. I don't usually slag off bands, and I know we've got to keep to a playlist. I don't know how they're chosen or anything, but there's one thing I didn't want to play. It's Feeling Good,
Yeah.
and it was already lined up, and there was no time, so I was genuinely annoyed, because I don't mind like playing stuff that I wouldn't actually choose myself. That's all right, but we're not completely free played all the time. So the worst thing is I don't want to ever play Feeling Good again. I don't want to ever play Kashin again.
Kashin,
They're
I know what
banned.
Kashin is.
I'm thinking of putting a ban on Gorillaz. Anything you like to ban?
Basement Jacks.
Basement Jack. Oh, Where's Your Head At? We already dropped that.
Where's Your
We
Head
dropped
At?
that on purpose, didn't we? What else have we dropped today? That's what we saved people from. Do you know what I mean? Like playing 5 songs over and over again just because some record company wants it to be played. I mean, if I'm gonna play things I hate, pay me. You know what I mean? I'm willing to take bribes. Look, I've been sent some chocolates here by the lads out of Carter USM, right?
Are they
And
still going?
Yeah, they got a gig at the Who's the Daddy Now tour, right? They're playing the Astoria at December the 14th. On December the 14th.
Oh my God, it's worth going along just to see how few people will be there.
Well, see, I wouldn't play it, but they've sent me chocolates, so there's a plug. It's like, bribe me, not XFM.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Yeah.
get some out of this, Steve.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure even I'd sink so low as to be bribed by Carter. I mean, I'm a man who tried to buy dodgy speakers on the street.
Steve, it's a Christmas, Father Christmas with some jelly beans.
Is that from? Who's that from?
That's from the lads. Oh well, it's Who's the Daddy Now tour.
Okay.
And I've got some chocolate money.
Right, lovely.
Yeah, some of
Anything
it French.
Got anything there from the Senseless Things? Or the Wonder Stuff?
No, but we don't know. They know what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Carl was all right at the time. Carter was all right.
Carter?
Yeah.
Right.
So you like Carter?
Not really, no. It's nonsense.
Well, I didn't like him singing about Dagenham all the time, whatever
No.
it was. No, what was it? New Cross.
Yeah.
But you know, some
Good.
funny lyrics.
Anything
some
else you want to get
puns.
off your chest? What do you make of
No,
the war in
that's it.
Afghanistan?
Let's play some songs we like. What have you got lined up?
I've got the song
Strokes last night on XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais show.
with Steve Merchant.
Definitely.
Ahoy.
And little Karl Pilkington.
Little
over there.
KP, the K-Man.
Steve,
Yes.
don't worry anymore.
Okay.
I've procured some great gifts to give away. I was tired
Really?
of seeing all these other people getting gifts and that, and it was
Yeah.
all going to that O'Doddle and O'Diddley.
Diddley O'Diddley, yeah.
And Anderson and Sturgis, or at least she steals them herself.
Well, at least she steals herself to sell them to feed the habit, and that's
Yeah.
fine. I don't mind that, because it's
No.
industrious.
Exactly. But I have got Feeder, Echo Park, I've got the Essential Bob Dylan. Now that is a good giveaway.
That's a great giveaway.
And Reloaded 3.
Where did you buy these yourself?
No, little Karl found them.
I have to say, Carl, you've done an absolute dynamite job here, mate. This is great prizes.
And I thought we could play that trivia quiz where we're the challenge. If they get
Right.
someone to catch us out, maybe, or someone a question.
You
Like they,
confused me slightly. Explain again.
well, we could play a little trivia quiz, couldn't we?
Right.
And then we could sell the fish.
Use
out
the
the
words that you need to
man.
complete the sentence,
And
Rick.
then, we could do this.
What's the quiz?
I don't know.
You've not thought this through.
Coldplay in Yellow.
You've got to keep talking, Rick. We're on the
Right.
radio.
I got bored.
Did you?
XFM 104.9.
Yeah, with Steve Merchant.
What I was saying was,
Yes.
we could have a little trivia quiz, right? This is how it works. Their phone in, yeah, right, and they'll pitch a question to us two, right? We won't know it. They'll tell Karl, and Karl write down the answer, yeah, or on his email, right? And then it might be something like, who was the first woman MP? And write down the answer, and they go, okay, Steve, Ricky, who was the first woman MP? We'll write it down. You know, and you'll write down something like the Queen,
Yeah.
and I'll write down Britney Spears,
Yeah.
and they go, well, Ricky says Britney Spears, and the answer is, did you see?
Yes.
And then whoever's,
So could they phone in, or can they email as well?
they can email as well, Steve.
Right. Okay, so let me just try and clarify this, because I didn't really follow that, and I know what the competition is.
Right.
People listening, phone in or email in with a question, a trivia
Yeah.
question. It can be about anything.
I don't
right?
do game shows.
But
like, it's
one,
not- I
but
don't-
one which we may be able to get. Right? They phone in with that, or they email it in. But only Karl knows the answer. He asks us here in the studio the question. Ricky and I write it down independently. We hand it to Karl. We see who's got the right answer.
It's like 15 to 1, but 2 to 1.
And the great thing is that the best question that we'll vote on at the very end of the show can win these 3 CDs. We've got Feeder, Echo Park, The Essential Bob Dylan. That's a 2 CD set, Rick.
Maybe keep the questions highbrow to show our intellect, not things like pop and trivia and
Good idea.
And,
And we've also
telly
got this
and
big
things.
compilation, Reloaded 3. That's also a 2 CD compilation.
We'll start phoning and emailing now.
Phoning,
like mental.
emailing
go
with your
berserk.
trivia
Absolutely
questions.
go berserk.
For Gervais
I'm
and
best at
Merchant.
sance.
Well, don't start
Well, don't
giving
say
hints. That's
that.
not
That's
fair,
just
because I'll
not
say
fair
I'm best
because-
at films if they want
Yeah,
me to
but I've
win.
already said don't do trivia and entertainment and that.
Well, they should
Well,
do.
don't-
They should do
no.
trivia and entertainment. Music and films is what they should do.
No, they shouldn't.
Or
That's
old
stupid.
TV.
That's the cliche of XFM listeners, and I know they're more intelligent than that.
They're not. They're not, Rick.
They're-
They're stupid people. They're stupid people, and they only know about a few things.
Garbage, Cherry Lips on XFM 104.9. Well, either they really want those CDs or they want to embarrass us. Because the phone lines are going mad. And
They are
Karl's
going mad.
taking-
We didn't even give out the phone number or the email, Rick. Shall I just give it out now?
Well, obviously don't need to.
Well, I ought to anyway, for those
on
that didn't hear it but didn't know it already.
Of it.
08700 800 1234. Sorry, that's not 08700 08700, because I started again because I sort of fluffed slightly.
Yeah, go on.
08700 800 1234.
And when he says he fluffed, like that's not how he got into television.
Exactly. Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you want to email the question, and only Karl can see the screen, so there's no cheating.
Probably people don't know what fluffing is, do they?
No, I don't think so, Rick. Karl, have you had a question?
What, already? Are we doing it now?
Should we do it now?
might as well.
I think we should just drip them in throughout the course of the show.
Yeah, you could one dripping them in. Go on. Ask us a
Right.
question.
I thought this was a good one. It's from Clive.
Go on in.
Clive, we've got a listener called Clive. Wow.
That's all right.
Who was the first James Bond?
Oh, it's
Right.
his film one. I know
No,
that.
but wait a minute,
But
wait a minute.
I know this ambiguity because we've talked about
We've
it.
talked about this ambiguity before. You see, he might be deliberately embarrassing us because the old myth is that someone played it on radio
Yeah,
that we all know and love.
Yeah.
Now, he should have specified, did he mean the film James Bond, the first
well,
film
the thing
James
is,
Bond?
can I just say, we won't count this one because the definitive one, and I've talked to Glyn about it as well, it's Dr. No was the first one of the team that we know
Sean
and
Connery.
love.
So Sean Connery's the first screen James Bond.
So we agree on that even if we're both wrong. What did he say it is?
I bet he said it was Bob Holness who played him on radio in like the 1950s?
He didn't say the radio bit, but he said Bob Holness.
From Blockbusters.
Yeah.
And I was drawing a little Blockbuster thing.
That's
Yeah,
really spooky.
That's weird, isn't it?
But the thing about that is I'm worried if it might be a myth. It may be
Well,
a
no,
myth.
I don't think it is. It's that we can't.
1
count
point to
that.
me then.
No.
Yes.
No.
Well, you did. Did you know
definitely
it? Did you know it? Did
Yeah,
you
we
honest-
talked about
No rubbish. Yeah, but who? Well, if we talked about it, did I say it to you?
not. No, we agreed that it was Sean Connery because it just like we didn't count Casino Royale because you said it wasn't by the same team. And it
Yeah,
was
but
just
that wouldn't have been the first James Bond anyway, because that came later in the series. No, Rick.
No,
No.
there's no
Don't
way.
play the
There's
music.
no way.
That's clearly a point. You didn't know it was Bob Holness. He meant it was Bob Holness. I knew the answer. 1-0.
Well, fun-loving criminals, Scooby snacks. Anyway, it doesn't matter because we both agreed once in a pub that the right answer is Sean
Yeah,
Connery.
but wait a minute.
and we
Wait a minute,
both
Rick.
knew
The
that.
point's not that. The man phoned in with a question, and the answer the man was after was Bob Holness.
Oh, okay.
And that's the answer
I'll tell you
I gave.
what, the answer I was after was me.
But that's
I wanted-
nonsense,
I
Rick.
wanted
He's
me
the
to que-
question master, the man who phoned in. That's ludicrous. You to face the facts.
You can't say what number am I thinking of. You've
That's-
got, you've
what
got
are you talking about?
It's got to be the real answer.
No, but I knew the answer he was after.
Oh, brilliant.
Yes, because that's, even if he's got it wrong, it's such common parlance now that Bob Holness was the first James Bond that I knew the answer. Face the facts.
Right, give us another question, Karl.
Jeez.
Give us another question.
Guy's a bad loser, isn't he?
I had a good one here, but
You've forgotten it?
Or
I sort of scribbled it down.
this is brilliant, isn't it?
Hang on a minute.
We can edit this out, can't we? It's not
Look at
live,
it.
is it? This
It's
is
only a
gonna-
piler.
It's gonna. This is gonna look great when it comes out. Go on.
Which food?
Yeah.
Carl, you know making up the question.
No, it's just that I sort of took down the important bits.
But this is amazing. This is amazing radio. Go on.
Which food kind of doesn't make you fat?
Jeez.
What kind of a question is that?
Oh, this is.
No, it is proper.
I love. Imagine this on the weakest link. What kind of food doesn't sort of make you? I mean, it doesn't make you fat.
This is
okay. Do you want
Basically, no sort of calories in it.
me to? Celery.
Water.
Well, I mean, what do you mean? Do you mean a vegetable?
No,
do you mean
you're right. You're right. Apparently, you.
Yeah, it uses up more
use
calories to
eating
bite it than.
Yeah, but wait a minute, Rick.
one all.
No, it's not 1-0 because
course
you're
it
supposed to
is.
write it down.
You didn't know.
But you didn't. What do you mean I didn't know? You're supposed to write it down. That's the whole point. We're writing things
You
down.
said water. You said water.
But that's because I thought we weren't taking the question seriously because he didn't know what he's talking about.
1-0.
We got to set the rules. This is
Bit too much like Portishead for my liking.
Was it?
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed it.
Beat a band. Well, that's because Portishead are from your neck of the woods, isn't it? Was it? Portishead, I think you'll find.
Yeah, I embarrassed myself.
Right, well, another question, quick. Is this question a real question with a definitive answer? Or is it like, what is my most comfortable chair?
I don't know why people aren't going to maybe like Trivia Pursuit or something, just getting a question off that and then...
Because they're a little bit more discerning than that, Steve.
Have you heard the questions? They don't know what they're talking about. This is stuff they've overheard in pubs.
Go on, ask it, Carl. I look at the Carl takes down and goes, what's that?
I know.
What am I meant to write? Go on then, ask this one.
Right. What sort? No. The Pope.
Yeah.
What semi?
Sorry, Aunt, Mrs. Robinson, we're going to have to let you go.
Yeah.
Go on.
You are the weakest link, Carl. Goodbye.
Yeah, go on.
The Pope.
Yeah, the Pope. Yeah, we've got the Pope. Yeah, that's not strictly a question.
He wears a.
He wears a dustman's hat. He wears gore blimey trousers.
Does he
Yeah.
live in a council flat?
Yeah, he lives in a council flat.
He wears
but-
a semi-precious stone. What's the stone?
The Pope wears a semi-precious stone. What is the stone?
You mean, what is it called?
Yeah.
What is it called?
What, is it got like a kind of
Well,
papal
I
name?
think it's like, is it a
Is it-
18-carat one?
So we got to try and get
Right.
the carrot.
Yeah. You
Of
think
the
it's
Pope's
he
big
calls
diamond.
it Dennis. He calls it Dennis the Stone. Do they want do they want the type of gem it is, like
Or is there
diamond,
some kind of
jade,
papal name for
ruby,
it?
or do they want it like the Rosetta Stone, or
I don't know.
the I can't play a record. Play 2 records.
Let's stop.
Where's your head at? Basement Jacks. Right. Okay. Let's get this.
Have we
right.
have we knocked this on the head then? Is this not happening?
Oh, here he is. Look,
Here he is.
come in. He's.
How have you?
Oh, I don't believe
Oh,
that.
that's pathetic.
I do not believe that.
That's absolutely pathetic.
Now, they won't believe this, will they?
No.
Right,
No.
if I say that Jonathan Ross just got his massive member out, and he is a big lad, Come and sit down.
I've got your tickets, Mr. Gervais.
Thank you.
What's going on here then? I mean, why are you dropping off tickets?
Well, because, you know, in the spirit of the Comedy Awards, we like to have the rising young stars of the British Comedy Awards.
That's right, and that's me.
Well, we couldn't find any this year, so we've asked Ricky whether he would sit in the rising young star seat, and I wanted to deliver the tickets personally, so there's no excuses if he doesn't turn up later.
Yeah.
I always suspected that you were sort of pretty well endowed.
Yeah.
And now we've seen. You know, it's on webcam.
That was just one of my cocks.
That's the one you're wearing today. Don't say that. No, we were.
This is meant to be the happening young station. What's going on?
No, you can't say stuff like that.
You can't.
Just careful what you say. Look at after Julian Clary. 10 years in the wilderness, and he comes back in the person line.
10 years in the
That can
wilderness.
happen to you.
That's Jesus you're thinking of, isn't it?
Just because you're on everything at the moment.
I walked in here and I came in here and I thought this is the young happening place, and what do I see in here? 3 old men sitting.
What are you talking about? I'm only 28, 27.
You all look, you're wrecked. You all look wrecked. You're
Well, that's because we're always partying.
I was looking for some youngsters. Where's the youngsters? I wanted to see some tight leather pants. I wanted to see some foxy chicks hanging on you everywhere. What is it? It's a bunch of old blokes and a bloke up there washing up in a sink.
But look at him. He even dresses for radio. Look
This
at
is
him.
ludicrous.
It's amazing. Looks like you're
I love the fact you were on the phone to Gervais last night, weren't you? Asking his advice
Yeah.
on clothes. Look at him. He's going for the man down the DSS.
I like that look. That's a nice look.
Have you got a single pair of trousers that aren't elasticated at the waist?
They're maternity jeans, aren't they? They've got a whole panel that pulls
The
forward.
thing is, what I do at the end of the week, I can pop these in a pan and I can make a nice soup with all the food that's encrusted in
At
them.
his years as a homeless coming to the fore there.
Look at you,
But
one
why-
step away from Lawrence Llewellyn Bowen.
I'd like to be that bit closer.
But why are you dropping off tickets? Are you a little bit... Because I thought you were married and stuff. Why do you suddenly got this obsession with Gervais?
Because
I'm a bit rough, ain't I?
yeah, it's like when you see Dale Winton out with those rough boys. I'd like to get one of my own.
When a top celebrity in a lovely looking suit walks down the corridor with his penis out,
Yes.
Yeah.
I know that I'm still an
You
attractive
know
man.
you've arrived. I was inaugurated the same way. For me, it was Des O'Connor. It's like it's the passing on of the baton, if I may use that euphemism. and you've been battened.
But it's fantastic.
Well,
it
gonna be-
is a pleasure. I don't think I'm complacent just because I'm mixed with people like you. I still wake up and think, I don't believe it. I'm mates with Jono.
Can I just point one thing out? I was listening to the show last week, and I heard you, as always, revealing a little too much about yourself, if you don't mind me saying so.
Yeah.
Steve Trump.
Not as much as you.
No, but that was just for the benefit of the room.
Yeah.
And talking about when you used to occasionally urinate in the sink.
Yeah.
I was possibly- when you were around my house last time and I came in the kitchen and you looked a bit shifty. No, please reassure me.
It was more ownership. But
Yeah.
I was like, I went to my territory, and then other people that come in that go, has Gervais been round here? It's like just marking my territory.
Because my coffee the next morning had a hazelnut tang to it that I don't remember putting in.
Can I just say something? Because I mean, I used to, you know, mention to you, Gervais, when we first started getting involved in the business.
Yeah.
I used to say, if there was one celebrity I'd like to be friends with, it's Jonathan Ross.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, Ricky's befriended Jonathan Ross. I'm nowhere to be seen.
But
Not
Ricky
invited
told me-
round.
Ricky told me that I could be his friend, providing I never extended the arm of friendship.
Right.
with you.
Yeah, if you ever...
I thought as much.
He tries to keep everyone else down he works with, from the office, all the other shows. He tries to keep them down. He
I
said,
didn't even
"I'm
want you to
number
come
one."
in. I wanted
Yeah.
to meet you on the steps.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to tell you you were around. But you called. He went, who's that? And he saw your name come up and he went, well, can I meet him?
Well, you're all coming tonight, though, aren't you?
This isn't Radio 2, by the way. These links are way too long. This is snappy radio. We have to play out...
Yeah.
You might
The
be
kids have
Jonathan
lost
Ross,
interest.
But
Put some more-
the kids want to hear Coldplay, Catatonia,
You know what I'd like? How about some more of that instantly forgettable hip-hop you play each week? One of those obscure hip-hop hooray. That's the worst feature on British radio. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Wait a minute, I've
heard your quiz on Radio 2. You're having a laugh.
said the hip-hop's had its day. You took it out.
Put it away. Put it away.
I'm Karl.
Carl, how you doing?
I'm alright. Got a question for you.
Quiet man.
Got a question.
Yeah.
The Pope.
Yeah.
What semi-precious stone does the Pope wear?
It's easy.
Go on.
Topaz.
Is that the right answer?
I don't know. I might have wrote it down.
I'm really sorry, Jonathan.
It's not what he publicly admits to, but I have to know because I was hanging out with him at the Groucho one night, and he was saying, "Oh, look at this, look at this, look at that topaz. Go and buy that. Look
at that.
Vatican City."
Look at that. We can make a nice ring out of that, he said.
Didn't go anywhere, but thanks for asking. I better go. I've got to go. I've got to go
Thank
buy
you.
some winkle pickers.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Enjoy
Nice to
it.
meet you, Stephen.
Yes.
Carl, I wish I could say it'd been a pleasure, but actually it was quite creepy.
See you later.
Question, please.
You too. Beautiful day.
Yep.
Now, I was just saying that's probably one of my singles of the year, but was it this year or the year before?
Oh, crumbs, I don't know.
It was, I think, was it 2000, the album? It was the first one off the album. Maybe that could be a question. No, we need the answer, don't we?
We don't know the answer.
No, it's good
Can
for
I just
another-
ask, Jonathan Ross just came in there to drop off some tickets for the Comedy Award show that he's hosting
Yeah.
later this evening.
Yeah.
Interesting, of course, a man who's 40 and still thinks it's funny to get his penis out.
It is, though.
I love that, because it's like, when's that novelty going to wear off?
74, 75, when it's just too horrible to show
Exactly,
in
yeah.
public, I imagine.
But But so he dropped off some tickets for you.
Yeah.
Was asking you fashion advice last night.
Yeah.
He came after a 3-hour radio show he's just done on Radio 2. Good show, by the way, worth tuning in to. He came straight around here, dropped some tickets off for you. He's now got to go and rehearse that show.
A lovely man.
I was out with you last night.
Yeah.
Went into this pub, like kind of that we've been to a few times before. Went in there, and this guy came in and said, "Your usual table, Ricky? Your usual table." Can I just ask you 2 questions, Godfather? One is, have we won a prize tonight? On
I
National
don't
Comedy
know.
Awards?
We genuinely
And 2,
don't know.
Can you have someone iced for me? It's ludicrous. What have you suddenly got over all these people that they're doing all this with? When have you suddenly become the daddy?
Well, I came from nowhere, and I've got Polaroids of the head of all the
Right,
stations.
yeah.
Exactly.
Because what I'm worried about is that, like, when we're wrapped up in our winter coats, you're walking on there in your little sort of, little black overcoat, and I must look like your hood. Do you know what I mean? Like your goon that walks with you. Twice as tall.
Very much like Edward G. Robinson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are with a pug face, obviously.
Yeah. Well, don't go on about it.
Sorry, it was a bit
Freak.
hard. All right, no, I don't know you just
Wow.
about that. There's something
We've
in the
not.
piece like that.
Even Jonathan Ross couldn't save this show.
No.
It's the only A celebrity I know.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
all
it.
out of ideas. I thought we'd have a trivia game. That's rubbish because he can't read.
All right.
Yeah, and that's what is it?
So
It's-
are we knocking the trivia game on the
Yeah, yeah.
Should we, let's have one final question.
what-
What's the
the
answer?
answer?
To
What
that?
about
I
the
don't
answer?
know. I don't know.
For the Pope one.
I don't know.
We couldn't even figure out the question, Carl.
What's the stone? What's the stone?
It's. Hang on a minute.
Just entertain yourselves at home while Carl looks for the question.
And thirst.
Amethyst.
Amethyst.
Yeah.
Anne Thirst. No, she was the first woman MP, I think you'll find. Amthirst. Ruby or Diamondo?
So have you got maybe a final question?
That's still
Carl, that
one
can
on it.
decide-
Okay,
is
do a
this one on
decider
there?
and then we knock this on the head.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Where? What?
Who?
Have you not been practicing in all these? We've had ads, we've had music.
Oh, where? What?
Rick, I don't think we should call ITV later. With this.
Maybe he was talking about Jonathan's inquiry about sartorial elegance tonight. Where?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Maybe he's just like summed up that conversation in
What's
just
the
two.
most expensive pub in London? Ricky won't know because he never pays.
Hang on, wait a minute. What does that mean?
What does that mean? You want me to buy? I'll buy the pub. How much is that? It's £1 million,
No, like,
sir.
if you go in, according to the Time Out Guide 2001, if you went in there and bought a big round, it's a day pub.
It's an expensive pub.
Imagine this on Millionaire. Imagine that question
Why
on
is it so
Mastermind.
too vague?
I know your specialised subject, how much things are and that, and whether they make you fat when you eat them. Then
It's in London.
Is this like some guy went in the pub last night and thought, this is a bit pricey? This is the most expensive pub I've ever been in.
I'm going to expose them
Exactly.
on Ricky and Steve's show.
But does it mean, like, maybe is it a pub or a club, maybe, where you've got to be a member?
It's a pub. I'll narrow it down. It's in Covent Garden.
Punch and Judy.
That's it.
Has he got it right?
Yeah.
Well, I have to hand it to you. Well done.
Yeah,
So
brilliant.
So who was that? Who was that question from? Because maybe they should get these 3 CDs.
Let's give them that.
Who is it, Carl?
There's no way of verifying that. That's probably libelous. They've probably
it's from
made.
the Time Out Guide.
Okay. All right.
Carl, who
What are
was
you
it?
moaning for? You got it right.
Yeah, I won. Yeah. I won.
Carl, who was it that won? Well, listen, they know, so they've won.
Yeah. Right.
This is genius radio. This is
I
brilliant.
tell you
We're
what's
slick.
letting us down? Him.
I know.
KP the P-Man. When he was just doing the press buttons and it was cool. Now we let him on the air because we thought it was funny. We quite like him. He's digging a grave for us. Right, listen, this is a new feature I've introduced called Songs I'd Like to Play on the radio. And
this is falling apart.
and a friend of mine sent me a little CD of little treats and stuff. And one of them is this track. It's called Monkey Man. It's from the Rolling Stones. Play it, Carl. It's an absolute gem.
Again, Steve.
Rolling Stones and a track called Monkey Man. That's from a double CD, not available in the shops. My friend Dave G made a compilation for me, burned it onto CD using modern technology. That's one of the tracks on there.
What's his name?
Dave Greenwood, obviously breaking several copyright laws
Exactly.
there. I would not encourage anyone to make copies of anything for anyone. It's breaking
His
the law.
name again, if the police are listening.
Dave Greenwood lives in Nottingham. I can
How
give details.
dare he do that
it
for you?
sickens me, Rick.
He's making you receive,
Stolen goods,
Yeah.
and there's various artists on there who've barely got a penny, who are losing money hand over fist. The Rolling Stones, for instance.
Yeah,
The
and
Doors.
XFM have done that as well, played it off, and that's terrible. Now we've implicated those as well.
XFM are culpable, so is Dave G. Thankfully not us, Rick.
No.
We're just middlemen caught up in it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mr. Biggs behind it.
There's always
and we're
Mr.
just
Biggs,
pawns
right.
in his game. Aren't
And so that's, I'll be playing another track from that later on.
I've got a lovely couple of little tracks on my hip hop selection.
Looking forward to it.
Is
Incidentally, can I just ask, Rick, did you get a little gift here from XFM?
I did. I got a lovely little voucher here. It was very nice.
Yeah, very thoughtful. I've also got one. How much is yours for?
£25
To spend at John Lewis or Waitrose. A little kind of gift voucher there.
I think I'll do Waitrose, because food, you can get a good lot of food for 25 quid.
Absolutely right.
You can't get a lot of like haberdashery for 25 quid. So I'll be going for the food option.
The thing about the gift voucher, a lot of people will I'm sure receiving these over the Christmas period. The thing about the gift voucher is it's like here's £25, but I've limited where you can spend it.
It's like they don't want to give money because that's go. Say this is like money, but not as versatile.
Exactly. You can't spend it in as many places. But it's the thing is that surely the thing about a gift is, you don't want people to know how much it was.
Unless you're letting them make their ideas up for next year. Like, you know what I mean? If an aunt gives you like, a single, like a step single, and you've given her 25 quid at the body shop, you're saying, you know how much that single costs.
Exactly.
So do I. I'm not going to say, right? Yeah. Let's make up the difference next year,
exactly.
aren't we? You know what I mean? Let's spend 50 quid on me next year. Yeah. Do you know how much he got?
How much did you get? Did you get a gift voucher as well?
Yeah, but I work here all week.
Right. How much do you get?
150.
150 quid?
Yeah.
What, on gift vouchers?
Yeah.
To spend at the same places? I'd have to say, though, I mean, it's not a very inventive gift, is it?
It's
Whoever came up with it, it's a lovely thought. It's wonderful to have £25 that I can only spend in 2 places I never go in. But, I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth. I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth. It is a treat.
He spoke to Jonathan Ross like he was a normal person.
From someone whose dad buys him a spade for Christmas, I thought you'd be grateful.
My only thought is that John Lewis and Waitrose, I mean, it's not very rock and roll. It's not very XFM, is it?
No,
I mean, a tattoo parlour, maybe, in a bike shop.
A piercing, I might get my face pierced. Just a big bolt through my head.
But I mean, aren't they a little bit like The Man? Aren't they a little bit mainstream?
Yeah.
Hey?
What would Billy say about this? Oh, play a record, and don't make it a square record. Something on an indie label or something. Or something that hasn't been even recorded.
Yeah, that can't even become available ever.
Yeah, I don't know what instruments they're playing.
Oh, not the guitar.
Sum 41. In Too Deep. All right, Steve? It's been a long time.
Eh?
Isn't it?
What has?
That seemed a long time, that music we
Yes,
played.
no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's annoying, actually, that Karl never went to the email, because the questions have been sent in there. Good questions, and they've all been sort of neatly spat out with the correct answer. For instance, I might have asked you this if I was the quizmaster, Rick. How many noses do slugs have?
Oh, I think it's 4.
It is 4?
Yeah.
Point to you there. Let me just see if I can find another one. Who, according to the current issue of Viz, is a cycloptic pop temptress?
Oh, don't know. Is it a pun on her having one eye and sounding like...
Cycloptic is the clue. There's only one pop temptress.
Oh, it's Gabrielle.
Of course.
Yeah.
2 points.
Mine are better, he didn't get them. These are rubbish.
Have you ever watched a quiz show?
Because I can understand the question. They're rubbish, I suppose, aren't they? That gives me a chance to know what the answer is required. Go on.
Let me see if I can find another one for you. No, you're never going to get that one. That's too hard.
Oh no, that just
teases you more, doesn't it? What's the name of? Oh, that's boring. That one. Sorry, it's beginning to fall apart again now. Here we are. What's the proper name for Big Ben?
Is it St Stephen's Tower?
You know, it absolutely is. That's 3 out of 3. That's fantastic.
Yeah, because the bow named after something like Benjamin so and so works in it. It's Stephen's Tower, and that's the big bow.
It's actually, in a weird way, I didn't know any of those. So it's actually quite good that we did kind of balls it up with Karl, because otherwise there'd have been egg on my face.
Yeah, but I still won. I just won less.
Oh, did you? Yeah, you did win. Yeah. I've already forgotten. I already wiped that out of my memory.
Yeah, but hey, Steve, it's not me that's the real winner. It's Neil who asked that question
about pubs.
And he's got those 3 CDs. Just tell him what they are again. Just
Feeder, Echo Park, a compilation called Reloaded 3. Lots of great stuff on there, and the Essential Bob Dylan 2 CD.
Have you called him and told him?
No, not yet.
This is such a shambles, isn't it? Because what if he goes out or something?
Actually, if he's listening, can he give us a call?
That is so lazy.
Can't we call him like Tarrant would?
I would have had his number.
You've not got his number?
I forgot.
Oh, this is unbelievable.
I said get the numbers, Karl.
I wanted to go for the Pope one.
Karl, do you actually work here in the week? Or, like, did you just, like in a film when they knock someone on the head, put on the spacesuit and go to the moon?
Is it like Secret of My Success with Michael J. Fox? You actually work in the post room, but Saturdays there's no one around that recognises you.
So you pretend that you're a producer?
Yeah.
Because you don't seem to know any of the rules.
Because I reckon that name's made up.
When did I say a producer? When did I say I was?
Karl Pilkington is a name that you'd come up with on the spot.
No, he doesn't work. No, he's not a producer. He says he works in sound.
He works
That's what
in
he says.
sound.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Work with this. This is my song for the lovers. It's a beautiful track. I've played it before. I'll play it again. It's one of my favourite tracks of all time. It's Bob Dylan. If You See Her, Say Hello. Here's a little bit of trivia for her. This is the last song I ever played on the old XFM before
Wow.
they came in and said, "Okay, you can go now."
That's incredible.
Isn't it?
Bringing tears to my eyes.
Lovely. Sing a song of all time.
Beautiful.
With one of his best songs there.
Absolutely.
Bob Dylan, If You See Her, Say Hello. She might be in Tangiers. I mean, he's having a go.
I mean, if you're going to go to Tangiers on the off chance to try and find her, I wouldn't bother.
yeah.
You know.
But I mean, you know,
But
he's
certainly if you're going to be there, then
He's
have a look for
desperate.
it.
He's desperate. He's going, well, she might be in Tangiers. Have you checked upstairs? She's definitely not upstairs. just have a look. Well, anyway, that was Song for the Lovers. But because I'm so excited about having such great prizes to give away for the first time, some albums that Karl found,
I got 'em.
we've got the lucky winner on the line. Hi, Neil. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Ricky.
Hi. You're a winner with XFM.
Fantastic.
yeah. Do you like Feeder? They're a good group, aren't they?
Feed it back. Well, yeah, the kids seem to like him.
They do. The kids like them, and then Bob Dylan. He's a great, lovely bloke with a guitar, isn't he?
You're working hard, aren't you?
I'm fed up with this, mate. Really, honestly, I just don't know what else to do. I come in every week. I try and
right.
zoom. Yeah,
You have to write a new series of The Office.
I'm
That's what you have to do.
I'm trying, but I've got voiceover work now, so there's more money in that. You know.
You're everywhere.
Yeah.
Willie's adverts.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry, I shouldn't mention that shit on the radio.
No, it's all right. It's all
So,
right.
Neil, Steve Merchant here. Will you be looking forward to receiving these albums? You've got Feeder, Echo Park, Bob Dylan album, the best of, and a compilation. You looking forward to them?
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, it's going to really lift my Christmas haul. I'm not going to get to go home this year, so that's going to make up for it, I'm sure.
Neil, what of those three? Which one will you be putting on first?
I think Feeder, Echo Park, because the kids seem to like it.
Okay.
Excellent. Thanks very much.
What will you be
Neil.
doing for the rest of the weekend? Are you going to be chilling out?
I'm chilling, man. I'm freezing. I'm playing golf right now.
That's madness.
It's very
Yeah.
cold out here.
What's your handicap?
What's my handicap? My short game's terrible, but
Right, yeah. You're going to be watching the National Comedy Awards this evening. I hear that The Office is nominated.
you guys are the shoe-in.
Sorry?
Yeah.
You're a shoe-in. It's yours.
Thank you. I don't know what a shoe-in is, but I'd like to go to
I
one.
think it means like foot in the door.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Does
no,
it?
not foot in the door. It's like, it's
No.
yours. Your name's already on it.
Oh, really?
I
Wow.
would think so, yeah. Well, why would Ross stop around?
I don't think he makes the decisions.
Neil,
but
thanks very much for calling. Those prizes are going to be winging their way to you.
We're just like real DJs, aren't we, Neil? Just say we're just like real DJs, and we'll leave you
guys-
alone.
You guys are just like real DJs.
Thanks
Enjoy
very
your game.
much. Cheers. Bye. Step on my old size 9 stereophonics.
Absolutely.
Well, talking to Neil, it all brought it home. You know, maybe I should give it a little bit back.
Yeah, you've had a good year.
I'm hanging out with Jonathan Ross. I'm
Exactly.
doing ads,
Yeah.
right? But I care. I'm still in touch. You know what I mean? I'm still down with it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you know, it's coming up to the time of year where we should, you know, care about people less fortunate than themselves. And what I've done, I've recorded a Christmas single,
That's beautiful.
and all proceeds are going, you know, to little sick people and that. And
Are there going to be any proceeds?
there's gonna be not a sausage,
Right.
so I'm
Right.
safe.
But I'll tell you this, I was thinking actually, I was listening to this morning, and you go in, doing some Christmas shopping, you go in the shops, and there's always, you know, Walking in a Winter Wonderland, and all those songs. You know, no one writes those sort of things anymore.
No.
Uh,
Well, you're wrong, Steve.
really?
Listen to this. It's
What's it
called
called?
Don't Cry, It's Christmas.
Let's hear it. Ricky Gervais.
cry, my baby. Santa's coming soon. Though you ain't got a mommy or daddy, Santa still loves you. And he's riding on his reindeer to trample down the gloom. So don't cry, my baby. Santa gonna make it soon. Don't cry, my baby. Santa's feeling kind, though you know you never see him. He's not just in your mind, and it's not that he's invisible. It's because you're going blind. So don't cry, it's Christmas. Santa's still on time. Don't cry, my baby. Santa's on his way. You know he's got 6 billion children, and he's only got one day. but slightly less than that. If I were you, I'd pray, so don't cry. It's Christmas, you're nearly 10, it's a little gay.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, it's already become a standard. One of the classics.
Thanks. There's a star. Ash.
Good.
It's a great show so far, isn't it?
Enjoying it, Rick, but I'll tell you this, what worries me is
on.
something we've not done, which is what we've not taken on board some stuff I've heard from the management. They've said they've enjoyed the kind of light-hearted flippery, you know, in
Yeah.
the past on the
Yeah,
show, and,
yeah.
you know, the likes of Jonathan Ross getting
Just-
their
just
knobs
popping in.
out.
Yeah.
But they just feel that sometimes it's a little bit cheap. Rick,
No,
a little
in
bit
what-
crass, and they
in
just
what
want us to
way?
perhaps be a little bit more highbrow at times, a little
Well,
bit
look at
more
that, 'cause I mean-
thoughtful. Well, you're a smart guy.
I am,
know
yeah.
that.
Well, I've proved that with Clugs having 4 noses and Stephen's Tower.
Can I ask you, Rick, about politics?
What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Because
Politics.
I am a political person.
I thought as much.
Go on.
What on the politics? What do you make of who to vote for?
Vote for the government, whoever's in the government.
Yeah.
That's
The
it.
Liberals ever?
No, not if they're not in government. No,
Okay. What about the foot and mouth, which a lot of people are worried about?
don't worry about it.
No.
No.
Recession is hit, and a lot of people are losing their jobs. What should they do about
Get
it?
another one.
Get another job.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, this is, I mean, you can have this for free. If you do lose your job or something, get another one, but get one that's even better than the one you lost.
Right. Okay, good advice.
Yeah.
Maybe if you were just like kind of the post boy before, like Karl,
Get in charge of the company, get a manager's job.
right, become director general or something.
More money.
Good.
And
Oh.
don't lose that one.
Okay. And what else is concerning people? No, we get calls all the time, Rick, to the station. People saying I'm worried about the war in Afghanistan.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you make of the war? Is it
well-
one of your favourites?
Well, what vote? No. My favourite. All war's bad. My favourite.
I'm putting you on the spot here. What is your favourite?
Falklands.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Is it? The Falklands War?
It was a range war.
What does that
Do you
mean?
know what
I
that means,
don't
Carl?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember drawing pictures at school and that.
Yeah, it means that our missiles could go sort of 17 kilometres, and the Archers only had missiles that go like 9 kilometres. So we just parked our boats about 12, 13 kilometres off it, and we were shelling them. You know,
Yeah.
shelling it out of there, right? And theirs were falling in the water.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's the war equivalent of holding a midget at arm's length,
Right, and he's trying to punch you.
and he can't reach,
Yeah.
and you're just kicking him in the balls at will. That was.
Rick, a lot of people talk about WW1 as being the Great War. Was it a great war for
No,
you?
it was a good war. It wasn't a great war.
Right. What's the problem for
Well,
you?
I liked the bayonets and the trenches and all that stuff, but I could have done without the poetry.
Right.
Only because the poetry's a little bit bent. And, what I'm saying is the only time that it isn't bent in a war. But, there's beautiful. But there's one now I remember. It goes, we are the dead, once we lived, felt dawn on our face, but now we lie in Flanders fields. Be honest, if you'd have had a gun in your hand instead of a pen,
Yeah.
you might be alive
You would
today.
be dead, yeah,
and the war
yeah.
would have been over by Christmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
High five.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's
losers.
politics, Carl.
Any other questions, Carl, you want
and,
solved? Any high
economics. I've done economics.
Because yes,
war.
the economical.
Anything else?
I just think you should look after yourself. You know what I mean?
Carl, I've just got something to say to you. Hip hop, hooray!
Hey.
Let's play my hip hop track.
Whoa. Hey.
Put your hands in the air.
Yay.
Move them round like you just don't care.
Yeah, you're not even bothered.
I'm playing an old school track this week, Rick. I'm going
Excellent.
back in time, rewinding the
Are
clock.
you spelling school, Steve?
Oh, with a K.
Go on.
Ever heard of anything by Digital Underground? The Humpty Dance, you might
The
remember.
Humpty Dance.
Do you remember that?
That was a fellow sat on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was getting dissed by
Yeah.
the police, and he fell. And he broke all up, and the king's horses shouldn't have really been sent to repair an egg. They couldn't do it because of their hooves.
Anyway, Digital Underground, for those that don't remember, was an Oakland group led by Shock G and Chopmaster J.
Go on.
But of course, most famous now for the fact that they featured Tupac Shakur.
Love him.
Where he first began. You'll hear him on this track. It's called, which one have I chosen here? I think it's called The Same Song. Have a listen. Digital Underground, Same Song.
I think he was scared of it, Steve. I think he was intimidated
understand it.
by your youth.
Well, he's scared of the youth. He's scared of the fact that I'm down with it, the homers and the bitches and the hoes.
Yeah.
Because he's not with that,
I think
he
he
looks
wa-
dapper. If they saw him in the street walking down like a ponce, they'd just laugh and jeer, but
Yeah.
probably rhythmically.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, and he couldn't come back at anything.
And you'd be high-fiving and
Oh,
everything.
they'd be loving me.
you. I think he was intimidated by your style. I think he's jealous of you, to be honest.
Do you know, I think what he's probably most jealous of is the looks.
Yeah, I think
Do you know what I mean? I got the new haircut because we might be on the telly later.
He didn't mention that, did he?
Did he? Well, he's never seen the old one. You've kept him from me. got nothing to compare it with.
But that was a great hip-hop selection there.
Yeah, lovely.
Even
lovely
though I say so yourself.
Rick, we've had a couple of people, because they've listened to your dissection of current politics and economicals.
Yeah.
And they've got a couple of questions for you.
Go on.
We've had one from Jimmy Ruffin. He says, what becomes of the broken-hearted?
Oh dear. That is a difficult one. I don't think I've got time to go into it because it's a very delicate problem.
Can you answer this one from the KLF? What time is love? Any ideas? Listen, keep those questions coming in for Ricky Gervais. Maybe I'll to sort them out later. Have we got a song to play, Carl? Let's whack
dear.
Still to come, the song for the day.
It's not the end of the world. Super furry animals.
Absolutely beautiful.
XFM 104.9.
Rick, you going to do your film review for us? We've got time for it, I think.
I'm not. No,
Why not?
I'm not going to do it anymore.
You're not going to do it anymore?
No.
You love it, don't you?
No, it's great, and I just think it's time. You know, I did a dozen, but I did all the films that I would give like 9 or 10 out of 10 for. I don't want to drop the standards.
Right.
I don't want to start doing films that are 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
That's where a lot of film reviewers go wrong.
Yeah, Ross being one of them.
Yeah, I've seen them go, oh, this is worth 7. Don't do it then.
Yeah.
If it's no good, don't do it.
Know it yourself.
No.
Sure.
So
no more film reviews?
no.
Oh.
Until a great film comes out.
Sure, okay.
Like Braveheart 2 or something. Yeah. Which would be 9 now.
Quite
It
an
was-
eventful,
Yeah.
I'd have thought.
Yeah. So 9 for that. In
well-
advance.
Rick, it's almost the end of the show, and still got time for the song for the ladies.
I can't
but
wait.
Carl won't be here next week.
Oh, and where's going?
Where are you heading, Carl? Going away for Christmas? Tell us.
What? It's a secret. What you want?
Well, in case your fans try and track you down.
What? Are you going taking pictures of planes in Greece? What?
Political.
Rob your house. don't
Satirical, Steve. Satirical.
Where are you
Yeah.
going? What are you doing?
If I tell you what, if I was caught in a foreign country and the government got said no, it's okay, they were train spotting or plane spotting, I go, no, I am a spy.
Exactly.
No, I am a spy. No, it's all right. You were train spotting. I wasn't spying. Please.
I saw you at the Doctor Who convention as well.
No, probably an assassin or something. I think.
Yeah.
I'm probably an assassin.
Carl, where are you going, mate? Tell us. Come on, we haven't
you're
got
not meant
time.
to say when. What's it here?
What?
People rob your house if.
Yeah, we didn't say tell us your address, tell us where you leave the key, and then tell us you're going on holiday. We said where you going on holiday.
Barbados.
Are you?
Ooh, showing off.
Yeah.
Boasting.
I'll tell you what, Steve, what I'd like to see, and a lot of the listeners right there too, pop round there now, touch him for Christmas.
Shall I touch him for Christmas?
Touch him any way you like for Christmas.
Can
Love
I just
him for
introduce the
Christmas.
song for the ladies before?
Well, love him for Christmas, though.
Can I just say
Yes,
what
but
the
as
song
long
is?
as you love and touch
We're going to leave
him.
you with the excellent Tim Buckley, of course, father of Jeff.
I'm just
and,
going to be watching, but
this is a
love
track
him.
that was
Look at his
also-
little face.
Also on that CD that my friend Dave sent me earlier, so if you don't like it, blame him.
Yeah.
While he's been
And
arrested
if-
by the copyright police. And it's called Buzz in Fly. Let me touch you, Carl.
Don't, Steve.
Go on.
A man for Christmas.
I'm not coming
Kissing
back.
a man.
Licking.
Kissing a man
Mate.
for Christmas.
Look,
Get in
that.
touch with your feminine side at times. I can put you in touch with your feminine side
telling.
and my feminine
I'm liking
side.
it. So I can't look, I'm busy.
Let's put each
Look,
other
I'm
in
busy.
touch.